Hello, it's Debbie from Century 21 Homestar going over the escrow letter transaction worksheet. So this document is the document you send over to the title company and to the office. It is your transaction at a glance. This is what we use to pay you. So you want to make sure you fill it out completely. At the top, you have your property address, and that is where you're going to put the complete property address. including the zip code. Then you have the MLS number, so you put the MLS number there, or for sale by owner if it happens to be not on the MLS at this time and you don't have a listing agreement with them. Sale price is going to be whatever the buyer and the seller agree to, and then your contract price would be the day that they sign the contract, and the transfer date is going to be your closing date. Next, we have all the buyer's information. So if you happen to represent the buyer, you'll have all this information to fill out. If they are not your client, you may or may not have the information, but at least put the buyer's name on there. Same with the sellers. On the opposite side, if you just have their name, you could put the name there, but you want to complete as much information as you possibly have. It makes it easier for the escrow officers and for us when we have to contact people. The buyer's agent information is underneath there. So if it's you, you're going to fill out all of your information there. If you happen to be the seller's agent, you would put all your information on the right-hand side, but you do need to fill out both sides. So whoever the participating party is on the other side, you can get their information from the contract and such. If you happen to be the only agent involved in the transaction, please note it there, that you're on. You would put your name on both sides, or you would put NA on the other side. Lender is the bank name. The contact would be your loan officer. The phone number and the email for him or her would go there. If you happen to be doing a cash transaction, please put cash in that section, so we're not looking for the lender's information. The title company information goes on the right-hand side along with the escrow officer's name. Contact information goes there. If you are worried about, you don't know who the lender is or how you're going to get their information, don't forget you have pre-approval and that information will be listed on there. Then you get to the commission section, which is the scariest part for everybody, but really it's not. This is how you get paid. So if you ever have any questions on how to fill this out, please don't hesitate to reach out because we want you to get paid correctly. You're only completing the box for our sides commission. So that should help you out. Only your side. That's the only thing that you're worried about. The other side will have their own escrow letter that has their own instructions. So if you have the buyer, you're going to fill out the top line and you're going to compute the total amount we're supposed to receive. Make sure you add your 350 on there, and on the right, you're going to have the total of the commission plus the 350. Okay, so even if the seller's paying for part and the buyer's paying for part, the left-hand side is how much is the total you're supposed to receive. Then you're going to see that we already have the instruction that says see buyer broker compensation agreement for the breakdown. So that should match what this says. So the total of that is what should be on here. If you have the seller side, you're only going to fill out the second box, not what you're paying out to the other side because they'll have their own. This is only for the seller side of the transaction. You'll compute the total amount that we're supposed to get and then add your 350 in. For the right-hand side would show the total of both, the 350 plus that. If you have office splits where you're splitting with another agent, or you have a referral payment that you have to pay out to outside brokerage or outside company, that's going to be listed below. These boxes are only for the total the title company is supposed to collect from everyone. Underneath there, you have the earnest money information. So how much is the earnest money? When is it supposed to be turned in? And who is supposed to receive it? I do have title company named here on the example because that is the preferred way that we want you to turn your earnest money in when you're representing a buyer. But sometimes you might see that the buyer agent wants the offer or the brokerage to hold the earnest money. That's fine. If that's what they say, that's what you do. Homestar agents, we don't save earnest money. It all goes to the title company. The home warranty company, if there's going to be a home warranty, you can list who it is, how much it is, and who is going to pay it. If there is no home warranty, we do ask that you put NA there so we're not looking for information. Then you get into special instructions. So if you have special instructions for the title company on paying a referral out to another company, you want to put it here. So I have it listed like title to pay blank referral company $1,500 from buyer agent commission with the balance of $350 or 3850 going to Homestar. So if you look at the top, that equals the amount that we were supposed to receive up at the top. So you want to be clear on what they're supposed to send and who they're supposed to send it to. Make sure you include your referral form when you're turning things into the title company and also to the office. So they know who to send it to and what their address is and such like that. When you're sending out referrals for like a realtor.com or a Rocket Mortgage or some kind of company like that, they want to have a copy of the settlement statement that shows the commission that's being paid. So if it's being paid by the seller, you need the seller side settlement statement. If it's being paid by the buyer, you need the buyer side settlement statement. And so you need to ask the title company to send it with the payment. Otherwise, they're just going to ask you for it after the closing anyways. Uh, Agent instructions at Century 21 Homestar would be if you only have something that's going to be done in-house. Maybe you're going to cover the $350 fee for your client. If that's the case, then you would write it down at the bottom that the buyer agent is to cover the $350 fee for their client, or the seller agent is going to cover the $350 fee for their client, and you wouldn't add it in the box up at the top. If you are going to share your commission with another Homestar agent, so one of your cohorts gave you a client and you want to give them 10% or 15% or 25% of your commission, you would list it down there because all the money needs to come here and then Brenda will do the split after the fact. When we are only paying out people from the other side or outside of Homestar, we don't want all of the money to come here because Century 21 has to take their split out of anything that we receive. So you want to make sure that if it's outside of Homestar, they pay them directly and send the balance to us. If it's inside Homestar, they pay all of it to us and Brenda will make your splits accordingly. If you have any questions or need any help with this whatsoever, please don't hesitate to reach out. This is your money. We want to make sure that you get paid accordingly. If you need anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are here for you and I hope you have a great day.